Hi, this is Blair Pleasant, and I am at the Metaswitch Forum in beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona. And with me is Steve Gleave. Steve is the SVP of Marketing at Metaswitch. So welcome, Steve.
Thank you, Blair.
So you gave a lovely introduction this morning, kind of setting the stage for everything. So what's new at Metaswitch? What should people be thinking about?
Yeah, we're really sort of trying to broaden the conversation. I think there's been a lot of conversation about the technology. I mean, everybody gets that we're in this software pivot now. Everybody gets it's NFV and SDN. And, you know, to an extent, I think there's just too much debate around the technology. And we're looking at it and saying, listen, the change in network architecture, yes, it's a big deal, but it's one part of an overall kind of change. I think this move to software-centric networks creates an element of instability in all aspects of business, right? It starts saying, well, what business models is my company now going to follow? What commercial models am I going to follow with my vendors? You're going to look at different security models as these networks move. You're going to look at how do I transition from the network I have today to the network that apparently will all be built in the cloud in the future. Which analytical models do I use to monitor the performance of this network and to track customer usage? Is there new development models, new ecosystem models? So we look at all of that and say that, you know, there's just a lot of different parts to all of this. If you fast forward 10 years, I think pretty much everything's going to have changed, but of course we have a lot of customers sort of sitting there going, so which part of the chessboard, which piece do we move first? And so we're really sort of here to navigate it and say, listen, we can help you choose the right pieces, we can bring the right partners into the equation, we can kind of bring the expertise and the instruction sets, if you like, and help you transition this part of your business and that, and ultimately move you forward with new models for every aspect of your business. So that's really the theme of what we've been putting together this week, and then we've been announcing some new products in support of that and introducing our new CEO, who some people have yet to meet after 6 or 7 months in the job, and really sort of bringing the very latest version of Metaswitch to meet with all our customers.
What about unified communications and collaboration? Where does that fit into everything?
Yeah, it's huge. It's really big for us. I mean, we know a lot of our customers see it as one of the big areas of growth. So a few months ago, we launched our Accession Meeting product, which added a bunch of sophisticated collaboration features to our existing softphone client. So that proved to be really attractive to a lot of our customers. And that was kind of also assisted by a program we've had for a while now called MarketVisions, and MarketVisions was very much helping our operators. We would research their markets for them, we would help them price bundles and put together certain sort of product sets and actually help them launch it, sort of go from getting that they needed to do it to actually getting it done. So the MarketVisions product complemented that as well. But at the forum this week, we've added to that. So we currently have sort of really what we're loosely calling Accession Meeting 2.0, which is then the next step forward in our collaboration. So this is now integrating more webinar capabilities, huddle room capabilities, allowing you to create fairly complex conference room replacements, really, but with lower cost technology. The ability to collaborate with more people and also to integrate a more detailed sort of document and instant messaging type of environment. So all of this is the technology portion of it, and then in parallel we've also upped the MarketVisions piece as well. So you could kind of think the MarketVisions bit was originally just marketing. Now we've added a bunch of engineering services into that as well. So we make our engineering team available to assess your current network, to run various broadband tests on it to see how much capacity you really have for running multiple VoIP services, and then to essentially help our customers with not just the marketing side of it, but also the engineering piece to bring the service and get it up and running. It's valuable because historically we found that people who take these professional services typically grow their business comms services at anywhere between 30, 40, 50%. And it's a good business without that, but they're sort of growing at 20% a year, and with the MarketVisions service, the curve sort of ticks up a lot faster.
I've been very focused on user adoption for the past couple of years, and it sounds like the MarketVision program is something that's really aimed at helping to increase that user adoption and really help your network operator partners not just sell the technology, but really get people to use it.
Yeah. I mean, the MarketVisions group worked for me, actually. The product was created when it was inside my team, and I've got to admit, I was one of these guys who the guy Chris Carabello runs it. He came in and said, well, I think we should do this. Really? The operators need this? Don't operators know how to launch services? Isn't that what they do? And he said, this is a request that we're getting, we're seeing it, we think we can bring some expertise. And Chris kind of single-handedly drove this and then recruited some experts into the team, and we've had, crikey, well north of 30 engagements with this. They've all been successful. And I think it's a model actually that you could extend beyond just the business comms part of it. But it's a service that clearly it's not something that we set out to make money on. Obviously the goal here is to help our customers be successful, and obviously, you know, we get caught up in that draft that comes with it. But yeah, I've been sort of secretly, if he's not watching this, I've been secretly impressed with what he's done actually. I should tell him. Yeah.
So if you could give one piece of advice to your network operators going forward, what would it be?
You know, I think it's, I don't want to say like sort of innovate or die or the time is nigh. I think sometimes we're a little bit too dramatic with these kind of predictions of instant demise, and the hospice room is sort of prepared and you go because you have no chance. But there's definitely a time window here, and I'm very excited by the benefits that operators can get by becoming more software centric. I mean, clearly there are cost savings, clearly there are efficiency savings, there's flexibility. You know, we're talking about cloud services at the forum where, you know, we can provide the cloud service where the feature set is always the latest and greatest, and the day it's available, an operator could just grab hold of that and literally launch it. And we're willing to do sort of commercial relationships which would allow people to buy from us, not with sort of perpetual licenses, but monthly basis, subscriber basis, whatever those terms are. It kind of says, look, we're open for business, let's go, let's get this going, let's try out some new things, and let's see which models stick, because I think different models suit different operators. But I mean, whether you want to call it sort of melting ice cubes or, you know, doing nothing, it's obviously not going to get you forward by doing that. But getting to where you need to be is actually not as hard as people imagine it to be, right? Real-time communications does run in the cloud. We can do 5 nines carrier grade solutions in the cloud. The cost efficiencies are there in the cloud. You don't even have to own the cloud. So it's a matter of, let's go, because there's really no reason not to anymore.
Tweetable words of advice. Let's go.
Tweetable words of advice.
Well, thank you so much, Steve. Appreciate your time.
Yeah.